Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Boiler 1! It's good to be back to the Boiler 1 test facility, and as you can see, I've got a bunch of new builds, and more on the way. Just a bunch new ones started, so let me show you some of them before we get into what I want to do today. So first we have this, this little launched racing coaster. What I want to do is make a dueling coaster, either like a quasi-Mobius track, so you loop back around each track, or just two separate cars. But I can show you it. So the idea is that they're going to sort of race or duel together in a pattern sort of like West Coast racers at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So here I'll show you. First, the launch is kind of multi-stage, so that way they seem to sort of chase each other up the hill and over the hill, get some airtime, then two big loops, and after that I'll probably do some sort of like rollout turn so that they can kind of pass over each other and turn and go a different direction to continue through the layout, which I still haven't really thought much on yet, except for I only have a few thoughts on it. And then over here I've designed this little sort of El Loco style coaster. This will probably be my next video after this one, is talking about this, at least my next Planet Coaster video. So I'll give you the show on that, and it's kind of yeah. I wanted to make something just kind of wild, just to have fun, so I made this contraption. And this is going to be a very like improvisational sort of build when it happens, which is why I'd love to hear your suggestions as always, and just in general if you have any other suggestions for what to do with this coaster and this test facility. And then over here I have this stand-up coaster coming along. I want it to have this sort of twist drop, and the other thing I want it to have is a 0G stall, the first ever on a stand-up coaster, because the coaster industry's been shying away from the stand-up coaster over the years. The last stand-up coaster hasn't been built in over a decade, so I thought I don't know, I thought I'd make something new out of it. So this coaster right here, the 15 in version 1. But before I continue on, well, first I want to show you, I made a little change to the lift hill. I made the station lower so that there's more space to catch it from. So I'll work on that in a little bit. But one thing I just want to say a few words about the, or just give you some information about this coaster model. So this is similar in real life. This is similar to the Mara Rides Vertical X car coaster. And the reason that it is Mara Rides is a German roller coaster manufacturer, but they came out with this special new ergonomic lap bar that could safely hold riders upside down, but only cover riders' laps, so there would be no shoulder restraint involved. And this would eventually be adopted on several coasters throughout the world, but this one was the first, so it made sense to have this sort of long, slow inversion to kind of showcase that feature with the lap bars. And this is what like the first couple of Skyloop coasters looked like. They looked like this. They just were simple, and that's why the model in this game is supposed to be lapping. It's because of this simple back and forth maneuver up and around the structure. And then later came a more extended version of the Vertical X car that had actually a different style of chain lift than this one, known as a Humpty Bump loop, which I'm not even making up. That's the real thing. Thank you to Theme Park Crazy for all of the information I have right now. But yeah, and a couple of them were built, one at England's Drayton Manor, the other one at Iraq's Dream City. The Drayton Manor one is now closed. The Dream City one is still open and in operation, and just barely cracks a spot on my international bucket list. So, and that's another thing I want to talk about in the future is my bucket list of real coasters. So this has a longer layout, more like the sort of extended vertical X car with the other kind of lift, not like this one. So I wish I had the other kind of lift, because that way I could probably make a good coaster that had a few trains so that it could have a better capacity, because it's got a long layout and a car that only seats 12. So it's kind of paltry, but thanks to you guys speaking out in the comments, I've been told that people really want to see this next part of it, so we're going to do it. So, first thing I want to do, since I had to redo the lift, I had to redo this whole top section, so I just want to make sure that this is smooth. Hopefully the heat maps will work now. Come on. Stop being broken, game. Alright, I think I'll work this out by myself. So we'll just continue on with the rest of the track. So, I think a good way to kind of get out of this little jam we have here is with a cutback. So, let's make a cutback. Like that. Oh, the other way. There we go. Perfect. See if we can make it wider. Oh boy. That should do nicely. Ooh, what if we did a little corkscrew through that? Could we do that? I don't know if we can do that. Let's see. It might work. I guess not. Alright, let's see if this vertical loop works that I've added. Alright, how are you guys all doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. I certainly have been having quite a busy week lately with classes, so I'm just trying to sort of slow down a bit today. But I'm excited with my new work. I've decided to make a really cool project for one of my classes, one of my business classes. That's gonna need some smoothing out, but that can happen later. Look at the whoosh of the track, I love it. I love that hang time. Hopefully it doesn't pull too much G's. Wow, that happened fast. Game, stop being broken. Alright, well what about a low to the ground heartline roll? That would be fun. Oops, parts. Gonna do this way. I'd like to know how many G's it pulls, but the game doesn't want to tell me. Okay, good. So the G's on that don't seem to be too bad. I like how it looks like it transitions in pretty well too. Wait, how many inversions are we at? Let's see. I'm going to try to count it without writing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is an overbank. 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, and then this will be the 15th. I'd rather, instead of a cutback, do like an overbank turn and end with a double heartline roll. I think that would be a bit more exciting. That's right, I forgot about the overbank turn size. Well, if that's as big as we can make it, or if that's as small as we can make it, then let's think of another way. Maybe we can just make our own turn. Alright, we've almost got this turn done. I'll have to smooth out the banking later, because again, this game is being rude to me by not actually showing me a proper heat map, but instead showing me the heat map of the old lift position, and not even showing me this part of the track. So I'll have to see what's up with that. Then I might make a few tweaks in between it, but all I want to do is show you the end result, so the last of the coaster. Then I'll make another video that's just the POV of this coaster, and I'll probably upload it to Steam. Did I upload I upload some of them to Steam, but I don't upload them all because, like X in the Pit, I didn't really upload to Steam just because it wasn't meant to be sort of realistic. I suppose this one is, other than the model problems, but alright, time for that lovely double heartline roll to finish it up. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'll really do it on camera now because once again, the game, but I think the way this is going to end is after it is going to be like an upward helix, maybe an upward double helix. We'll see how much speed we have left. And then perhaps a small airtime moment or something like that leads us back into the station. Maybe a small airtime moment and then the brake run, of course, and then into the station. So let's do one more ride for this video and then count the inversions. Here we go. Also, I wish this game had a backward facing camera, that'd be neat. So here we go, up the chain. my cursor. Alright, so that's one inversion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright then. One thing that would be a cool scenic effect, I don't think I could really do here, but it'd be really cool if I had just like little numbered signs that would fly by for every inversion. But yeah, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next. Of course, let me know if you have any more ideas with these coasters. I'll get more in depth with them in future episodes, hopefully. But yeah, I'll see you guys all later. Thank you again for watching. Leave a like if you like. Leave a dislike if you didn't. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. Start up a conversation. Give me some advice or ideas or anything like that. Alright. Thank you guys. Goodbye. Toot toot.